So, to answer your question, how I got interested in science, it's basically a combination of things. First, I always liked science. I mean, just like any other subject, more or less, with few exceptions. So it was mostly from my elementary school when we got first introduced to the subject of science. So there were some interesting facts in there, and even as a child, uh, it was easy to get drawn to. So there was nothing particularly remarkable about that. However, the fact that I got interested in it in the first place was interesting because not everybody liked those facts. So that was the first thing. And later on, during my middle school, uh, the interest got shaped a bit more, and it was starting to take shape in specific ways. So, for example, I got introduced to astronomy, and that's when I was completely blown away by planets in the solar system and the stars beyond and so on. And as a child, that was just crossing the limits of imagination that I thought I had, and that was just and I could never recover from that to this day. This so I mean, lots of things are interesting in the world, and but to my mind in particular, to my mind personally, there was nothing that crossed the limits of imagination just like anything as no anything even remotely as strongly as space exploration did.
Right.
So that was my introduction to space exploration. And but to be specific, the story that caught on, so to be specific, the most important aspect in the development of space exploration in my life early on came with my school mm, omitting certain chapters of space exploration from the science syllabus. So they omitted chapters related to the solar system typically. uh, they did it for 3 years in a row straight, and I was surprised by it, but somewhat also not caring for a while. I was like, okay, let's. It's just less work to do, less stuff to study. So I was more or less happy, just like any other child. However, once they read it for the third time, the curiosity got the better out of me, and I was like, okay, let's check what they have omitted. So the next year, I took to myself to just read the chapter anyway, and even before school started, and just like right in the vacation period. And so I just read about the chapter. The chapter was called "The Universe," and I was blown away, and that was the hook. And so I was like, why did they omit this all the time? But then
Right.
in retrospect, it's because they omitted it. Probably it gave me more of an incentive to check it out. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, so that was basically what my introduction to science was like.